It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
Oh, here we go. I'll go special. I'll go special. 36, 36. Hey guys, listen. Shift.
A first carry for Leonard Fournette. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Mike 54. Watch the curve. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54.
I smell fear in that offense. I smell fear in that offense.
Got it. Four down. 54 Mike.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson, he's letting this one go for Fuller. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8.
Let's go. Mike's back forward. Touch 50. And we got to get to the ball. Good job right there. Check nickel. Left. Check hot route. Hot. He's coming.
Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Check. Watch 54. Hey, 0. Hey, 0. 54, right there. 54 Mike. Coming. Showing it. Hey. Watch twist.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position, everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner, and with good timing, you get a completion, as we just saw there.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. To throw again is Wilson. And his throw here is incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf. That'll bring up second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Gun. Hatchet. 14.
Wilson to throw again. He's going to rifle one deep left side into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. He's coming off a 3-interception performance last week, so certainly not how he wanted to start here.
Not at all, but this is where a quarterback gets tested. This is where we find out what he has underneath that jersey, because he had a bad game last week. Can he shake off a bad start to this one and start to perform at the level he expects?
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Go. Ready.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And 3 yards there, takes him to the 45.
That's good.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
You better bring it. You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it. Check 13. Check 13.
Kill.
61, matchbox lights.
Shit.
Get it.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense, because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Hey, Foxtrot. Leo.
Hey, watch it. Bang.
Hey, Sam off.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. A shotgun give to Fournette. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Hey, alert 3. Under 10.
On third down, Wilson. Flushed out right. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Zadarius Smith has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers.
SOS, 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 SOS.
6-6, bullet high.
Hey, tighten down. There you go.
Hey, high 7.
Now Minshew on 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaquem Griffin, he was relentless there as he hits home for the sack. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
54. Mike 54. Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. And here we go. Why? Get wide. 54 is Mike. Go.
Minshew sets to throw. He finds Hopkins complete. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down.
17 yards on the play. It's now 3rd down.
The 49ers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. We're scoreless after 1.
Squish, double.
Watch the safety creep.
Check 43.
Hey!
Max mine. I got him.
Let's go.
On 3rd down, here's Coleman. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with to have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team was saying, yeah, we called him the disruptor, and that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to...
That's caught inside the 20. It's a big play there for Seattle. 59 yards. Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case... in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw is Wilson. Throwing again. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Give him 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf. His 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Going for the deep ball. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back.
Here we go. Set. 50. Plant. Hit it.
Now a give coming right is Breida. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
Any weapon.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Hey, Alpha. 2.
Minshew throwing on 3rd down. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. His first catch, good for 8 and a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
Defense.
Minshew, 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. He was trying to get it to George Kittle, his tight end. And now it's 2nd down.
I'm coming after you. Whip. Watch the whip. He's checking.
Ready.
Now it's Breida. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Come on, set. 8, lead.
A gain of 1.
Get it.
Now Minshew. And that is incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowski to punt this one away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Now this is fielded in the end zone. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Seahawks will take over at their own 20. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 10 yards and a Seattle first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Yo, slam. 54, right there. 54, Mike. Strip that ball.
Check 52.
Check.
25.
On first and 10, it's Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Quan Alexander in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Switch. Back.
Go. 40.
Ball try.
Throwing on second and long. Wilson, he's going to loft one. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
That's complete to his speedy wideout, Goodwin. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
60 Pittsburgh. 2-18.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. From the 41, Minshew. Looking for Pettis, but that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back.
And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They snap it at 1. Now Wilson. Flush to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Check.
From the shotgun, Wilson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
Check the out.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Looking here for Smith downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Vincent Smith, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Yes, yes. Hey, exit.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
Let's go.
On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. Man open, it's Goodwin. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space.
Look at me. Zipper.
54. Mike, 54. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Let's go.
Throwing on first down is Minshew. He's going to go for it. It's caught at the 10. 33 yards that time. Well, what do you think? Maybe got away with one? I mean, he's thrown 2 picks already. That looked pretty dangerous.
And it had a little hang time on it, so what he needs to do right now, hug it out a little bit with his guy, because he went up and made a play on the football and kept him from potentially throwing that 3rd interception. There's some trust in there. There's also some hope.
Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Matt Breida with his 16th touchdown of the year. And once again, the 49ers are back out in front. Gold with the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. You're down 3 under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it and potentially make a mistake in this situation and cost myself even more points.
But boy, getting into field goal range and tying it, that's tempting.
Awfully enticing. You almost talked me into it.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Mike 5-4.
There. Here we go.
Go 14.
Wilson now. Going to throw again. Going for Metcalf on the deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 35. A big play there just before halftime. And even 40 yards. On first down, Wilson. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Chidobe with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Check. Lucky.
Hey, Charlie. Be careful.
They'll throw now on the final play. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
They run with Breida. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Here's Minshew. Deep ball for Goodwin. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. Touchdown, 49ers. Marquise Goodwin, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold to add the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Tavarius Moore, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 37-yard line.
Mike 5-4. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
On 2nd down and 4. Minshew. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Gould able to tack on the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by the safety, Jaquiski Tartt. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win it.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. If they needed a break, they needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this try.
And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Get that quarterback D-line. Get that quarterback D-line.
Got it.
Now Leonard Fournette. They find some open field here. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Leonard Fournette, 76 yards. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
Come on, let's go. At their own 21-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Switch.
Recon, 132 fighter. Hit it.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Back-to-back good plays, have them on the move on first down.
Check curls.
Now.
Check Mike 54.
Looking to throw it, Minshew. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. They'll run with Coleman on first down. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Tevin Coleman, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold with the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? I see
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Alert 3.
On second down, here's Fournette. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL... Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, 49ers. Matt Breida, his 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And the lead is now 24. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Dancing to his left. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
56. Here we go,
Now it's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And my goodness, another interception. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
And now we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them, every move they make works, it clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. A pass there over the middle to start things out, and he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Go. Stay at home. Stay at home. Stay at home. 25. Check 25. Check 25.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
We got 3. We got 3, fellas. We got 3. Hey, one set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Guys.
Hey.
Let's go. Mike spot 4. Mike spot 4. Mike spot 4.
Hey.
Championships, baby. Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
Yes.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Don't get nervous. Shift.
Fight.
To throw again on 2nd down. Minshew, he sets to fight and got his man complete. A gain there of 30 big ones. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
They'll look to throw. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Here's Breida. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. The Niners on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They run again with Breida. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They go play action here on first down. Forced out, and he fumbled it. It's on the ground. But an alert 49er able to gain possession, so they will indeed hold on to the pigskin.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike. You got nothing today.
Looking to throw again on second down. Minshew. Shaquille Barrett. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
218, chop. 5. Shoot.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
Again, it's Fournette. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. The Seahawks on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Throwing is Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. That's going to be caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. So now a 2-point conversion attempt coming for Wilson and the Seahawks. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Pilot, 64, weak. Get it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down.
Brings up second and 9 at the 46-yard line.
54 is much. Check, 54.
Throw left side, caught by Goodwin. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Minshew sets to throw. That's into the hands of Edwards. And he'll go down at the 28. They only got a yard out of that last completion. And that makes this 2nd and 9. That one looks like he'll throw here. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. They'll try to throw for it with Minshew. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Marquise Goodwin with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 23. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 62 yards. Escaping the pressure right. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he's going to get into the end zone for 2. And they're back within 2 scores, down 15 now. So time definitely not in their favor, down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
On the ball.
Minshew, 1st and 10. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Pettis once again the target, and it's second down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Now. Yep. Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
54, right there. 54, Mike.
Hit it.
Now Minshew. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Let's go.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
General West.
Slam. Mike spot 4.
Bravo.
Mike spot 4.
Tighten up.
6-6. Pull it high.
Go.
Minshew throwing on 3rd down. He's going to wind up and air it out. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Trey Flowers picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 6-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go.
He's got a man complete. The 30. 10. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win him the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come.
Watch the run.
Alert.
Let's intercept.
One last shot for Wilson. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. 30, past the 20, and he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. Well, an interesting finish to this one. They get in the end zone at the end of the game. Then they went for 2. It wouldn't have mattered. The game was over, but they didn't get that 2-point conversion.
I think trying to get the 2 points, that was for pride for them. But obviously the guys on the other side of the ball had some pride too. They stopped the 2-point play, even though, as you noted, it did not matter. So both teams battled to the end.
So for the Niners, they continue to make their case as a Super Bowl favorite as they move to 13-1. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they fall to 8-6 with the loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Squad like, what? In the field like, yeah, all day like